Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Kevin Bloom. Welcome to our show. We are If You Can, and this is Notify Me. And I'm going to explain to you why you should use Notify Me when messages matter. And due to being in Thailand, and we sometimes have iffy internet, I'm going to stop my video so I can ensure that the bandwidth is available for the presentation. Okay. So you should use Notify Me when messages matter because there is a very big problem. Trusting relationships between organizations and their constituents require a solid communication and clarity. Solid communications are difficult to achieve using a multitude of channels and wrong languages. Right now, companies are generally using the wrong tools. Due to communication barriers, audiences are being ignored and audiences are ignoring businesses. When businesses won't even go to the trouble to communicate with you clearly or in your language, why bother? So this infographic is very obvious. It's the clearest infographic or slide in the presentation. You have businesses on the left. They're trying to communicate with their audience on the right. That audience could be internally or externally, customers, suppliers, partners, whoever, but they're always encountering this chaos and barriers in the center. Channel, because everybody's on a different app. Languages, because there are 185 different languages spoken at home in places like LA, 193 in New York, 167 in Atlanta. So how do you get your message across when you've got this channel chaos and a variety of languages? SMS and email are used by businesses due to complacency and muscle memory. They're viewed as cheap and simple, but they're actually quite expensive when factoring in all of the problems and inefficiencies. For example, email and phone numbers change, and when they do, you're probably going to lose part of your audience. Reputation management is a danger, and that's on top of the things you see here, like the ease of setup, the ability to segment your audiences, the ability to translate your messages properly, or divide and conquer the effort via teams and roles, or the open rates across these various, for example, email has a known very low open rate, and getting analytics and feedback from your communications. Social media was built by kids for kids. People have no trust in these platforms, nor should they. For example, if someone discovers a questionable yearbook entry from 30 years ago, social media will endeavor to destroy your business. Nobody needs that in a business environment. So everyone is on a different app or in a different channel or we have a solution. And that solution is to take lots of the great features of those other platforms, methods, and technology and combine them into a feature-rich, trustworthy platform devoid of the negative traits of those products, delivering an enterprise class offering, safe, opt-in oriented, inclusive, ad-free, as well as spam-free. What is Notify Me? Well, it's like email, just way better. It has integrated translation, text-to-speech, context-relevant chat conversations that are translated, built-in metrics, no reputation management worries, no abandoned accounts like changed phone numbers or changed email addresses or blocked or added to spam folders. It's spam-free and it's ad-free. It's like SMS, but it's way younger, and I can just repeat all those bullet points. It's integrated translation, it has text-to-speech, context-relevant chat conversations that are translated, built-in metrics, no reputation management worries, no abandoned accounts, and both spam-free and ad-free. Notify Me is also at the convergence of a lot of important pieces of tech. We've merged together a lot of good stuff here. CRM, messaging, proximity marketing, loyalty, and mobile marketing, all in one platform. There's no need to wire together a bunch of different SaaS platforms to achieve your business goals. We've done it all in NotifyMe. So this is what it looks like. It's like Java programming language, which boasted write once, run everywhere. NotifyMe is all about write once in any language, your language of choice, and deliver to everyone in any language, typically your audience's comfort language. And everybody knows what a comfort language is. It's the language where you can look at a paragraph of a message you've received and get the gist in a second. It's not like I'm fluent in Thai. I'm native fluent in Thai, but I still have to read it left to right, word for word. And I don't want to get that kind of message and read it in Thai that my kid's school is closed or Swenson's has a 50% discount. I'd rather look at that message in my comfort language and get the gist of it. It's 2020. We're very inclusive with this language stuff. NotifyMe is simple and priced comparatively to bulk SMS. So it's very, very affordable, taking up that nice little sweet spot on this future Gartner Magic Quadrant, ease of use and low cost. Beacons, you may see some there. I think Jim has a few that we've sent over that got there in just the nick of time. Beacons are little devices, long-lasting battery lives, not sort of unnetworked, but networked via tech we've built. They enable the physical web with 2 Bluetooth protocols, one from Apple, one from Google. And looking at this slide, I guess you can guess what the Apple protocol is. It's iBeacon. Eddystone comes from Google. We've integrated beacons into our platform to enable proximity-sensitive message delivery. The physical web has been slow to get started because NotifyMe is just entering the picture. The second bullet point I'm going to focus on a little bit. The global beacon movement has been waiting on an app like NotifyMe to enable small businesses to participate in the physical web. Before today, it's been Sephora, Starbucks, Apple, Google, and other large companies who are participating in the physical web because they all have their big IT departments, they have apps. Well, we are here bringing all of that to every small, tiny mom and pop shop up to, let's say, an Apple conference, or like you see in the third bullet point there, an international sporting event during a pandemic. NotifyMe and its beacons have been adopted as the platform of choice to support the safe return of international sport to Thailand, starting with HSBC World Badminton Federation Tour in January 2021. Athletes and their entourages will be here for a total of 6 weeks, going through quarantine, having NotifyMe on their phones. It's a mandate. They'll have NotifyMe on their phones. We'll have beacons sprinkled around the hotel, the couple hotels near the badminton facility, and they will be monitored as they move from floor to floor, location to location. So what you're seeing in what Jim is probably carrying around or is on display on some table over there is the Apple experience, the Apple product experience that we've built for our mom and pop coffee shops, our spas, our Montessori schools, whoever. This is our physical web starter pack, and it's $45 a month approximately, giving a $2,500 5-year total cost of ownership that allows these companies to compete with Starbucks and Sephora to send relevant messages to their people, to their audiences, who again might be internal or external people, in the right language, in the right place, at the right time, all for $45 a month. The mission, this is our formal mission. It's, I wrote it personally using all the tools I learned for vision and mission statements while I was working at Accenture. But what we're really trying to do is level the playing field. We want to help Billy Bob's Diner compete with Starbucks so that Billy Bob's Diner can put its nice cafe coffee ahead of Starbucks and their horrific coffee that's overpriced. So what are our customers saying about us? I got 3 kind of testimonials here. They love us, all of them. Everybody was willing to write a testimonial for us, whether it's a golf course or a corporation or apartment building, Montessori school, international school, laundromat, whatever. They all love us. But I want to focus on Loxley, that one taking up the position in the center. They're a very large publicly traded corporation. We worked with Loxley to build a coronavirus exposure risk assessment algorithm and integration into NotifyMe. For participating places like Loxley and ASM and Singha, you might know the Singha beer. It's a very famous Thai beer brewed by the Boonrod Brewery. We're working with them right now, adding some features for them. All of these places who are enabled with what we call Care Check, all of their users will see a new feature in the app, a new tab in the place profile for the app, and where their employees are mandated to report symptoms every day. These symptoms are fed into an AI algorithm with the employee's location history, and what comes back is a red, yellow, green index or score, giving management the ability to make a decision about whether this employee should be allowed on their campus or a customer's campus. We've mapped over 10 countries and they're known outbreak locations. So we can deploy this outside of Thailand, including in the USA. This is a sample client list. We've got lots I have a spattering of very big to very small companies here. Very, very prominent golf courses, prominent international school, gyms run by celebrities, security companies with thousands of security employees protecting places like the Citibank building here in Thailand or Suvarnabhumi International Airport. We have government agencies, restaurants, hotels, big and small, spas, you name it. We have a very, very nice cross section of companies using NotifyMe, and we're about to roll out capabilities for media organizations and personalities. When it comes to the timeline, essentially we identified a need. I identified it at my school. School was struggling to communicate with the 39 languages of parents who are paying $35,000 a year for the privilege of sending their children to an international school. We built an MVP and we quickly proved the commercial viability by bringing on golf courses and schools, ranging between $2,000 to $5,000 for year one subscriptions. Therefore, we started the adoption cycle, and we followed the standard software practice where you bring on customers, you get feedback from them, you innovate, you continue innovating, and we've innovated our way into where we are now, which is NotifyMe version 1, boasting a Facebook-like web presence and a very sophisticated app. We're going to version 2 of NotifyMe soon with an amazing new set of features and functionalities, all that have been coming from our customer base and our own internal using the product as well. We use it in our office for sort of on-time arrival and time and attendance. The opportunity, it's massive. Every business, large or small, will use our technology, use our platform, especially if they are wanting to communicate better with their people. And by people, I mean internal, meaning staff, contractors, external, customers, suppliers, partners, regulators, etc. The total addressable market, just looking at the US alone, and we're not a US focused company, we're focused on the world, but just looking at the US alone, it's massive there. All businesses, we feel, will want us when they hear our message. And 15 million businesses need us. If you look on the left-hand side there, you see that 50% of America's 30 million SMBs have little digital engagement. And those that do have digital engagement are experiencing a 400% more revenue than those who don't. And if all of those 15 million companies who don't have a digital engagement with their constituents buy just our most basic paid plan of $25 a month, the TAM in revenue terms is $4.5 billion. Some of our favorite features. I'm going to start with the one on the left. This has been, I don't want to say demanded, but in high requests from virtually every one of our customers. They want to, out here in Thailand, we have these physical plastic member cards. I can't even put them in my wall. I have so many. I have insurance cards. I have school cards. I have Swenson's. I have my office card. I have everything I engage with in terms of a physical business. I have a card for it. And so they've asked us to get rid of these because people lose those cards. They get damaged. They wear out. They're expensive. And we have all of the data needed to generate a digital card and make it available in the app via a card wallet. So this is what's coming in, and it's taking only for us a week based on our development techniques and the features and functions that we already have and the data that we already have access to. It's a week, a little more than a week to develop this feature and roll this out to our customers. CRM, we're delivering a very rich CRM experience, complete with sort of like notify this user when you have that card open, full data export, and a 360-degree view of engagement and interaction portfolio. So everything, how this customer interacts with your business, walking past a beacon, receiving a message, receiving a notification, engaging in a chat, all of that is available inside the CRM card. Vouchers. So vouchers, again, out here are typically in 1 or 2 languages and are physical. So we've digitized these. This has been in production for a month. It took a month to build this because they're sophisticated. You write a voucher in 1 language and it arrives on everybody's phone based on whatever trigger it might be in their language. So we have customers using vouchers in conjunction with our beacons to do scavenger hunts where they change the beacon range, how far the signal goes out, down to 1 meter. They hide it on their campus or their premises, and they attach a one single voucher available to only one person on that beacon, and whoever discovers it gets the reward contained in the voucher. And you can see those 2 folks there. They're holding up their NotifyMe app with their voucher in there. And we have a full, secure, multi-language redemption capability where the person who's going to be providing the reward just scans the QR code on the voucher. It's marked as redeemed, and you get all your conversion metrics and all that. You can see there they hid the voucher in a very obvious spot on the hand kind of sanitizer dispenser. Pretty easy voucher to find. And beacons is the 4th sort of thing that I've grouped together here as a very popular or favored by or asked for by our customers. This was always an integral part in our product plan, beacons, because this is the future. Anybody who doesn't know that this is the future hasn't been paying attention. It brings all of the GPS use cases inside the mall, inside the parking garage, inside the buildings, in very, very, very accurate location specificity, down to square inch location proximity in warehouses. So what's our strategy for growth? Well, we started off this knowing that we're going to build this product and basically build our customer base here in Southeast Asia, get feedback from those customers, run through a bunch of production use cases before we deploy this to a demanding customer base in America. And we've done that. We've gotten in that feedback, innovate cycle, and we'll continue that forever. Once we've done this and we're at this point now, we're going to curate the world with our internal customer curation tool. This is a very exciting product that we built alongside this product because we didn't want to waste a bunch of money or spend a bunch of money on social media ads. The third leg of our strategy for growth is basically using traditional digital marketing techniques to build awareness with press releases and a bit of social media marketing, not much. Because we want to avoid the digital ad money trap. We don't want to spend or waste precious capital on unproven ad platforms where you have, as Facebook will tell you, 1.6 seconds of a user's scroll time to get your message across and capture someone's attention. So we're going to focus on this funnel over here on the right, which is our place curation tool, where we in management are going to be prioritizing metropolitan areas worldwide and industries within those metropolitan areas, and cutting loose our curators using our tool, who will curate those markets and those industries, submit their workloads to us to publish, and convert those places who we've curated into adopted users and revenue generating customers. This is what our place curation tool looks like. It's a really, really simple tool. In 2 minutes, I can go into London and build 60 very rich profiles based on 3 simple inputs, but going through a very complicated process that is mostly automated, but does have some human oversight, where we're sucking in data from all kinds of SaaS platforms, massaging that data with a little bit of human intervention. It takes about 1 minute per place to complete the curation process. And what we get are these outputs over here on the right-hand side: pre-built NotifyMe profiles, pre-built custom landing pages that are like but more sophisticated than Yelp, subscriber development and onboarding tools, Yelp-like claim processes for places, Yelp-like review processes for places to capture new subscribers. Because let's face it, every place every subscriber a place lands is a NotifyMe user, so we benefit from that directly. And custom emails to market curated places for one-click sign up. We do very similar claim process that Yelp does. And then what we get from that is this network effect, where more places come on, they bring more subscribers. You get in this positive feedback loop where subscribers see more places, places see more subscribers, and we end up with a very, very beautiful business scenario. And by the way, as I say there on the bottom of that slide, you really have to see that tool in action. It's remarkable. It's amazing. So this is us. That's me on the left, the captain of the ship, Kevin Bloom. Tom Mercer is here in Thailand with us. He's our chief technology officer, and he's joint product owner with me. Chris Kimball is here in Bangkok. He's a seasoned sales and operations guy. Joe France is our CMO. He's down in New Zealand, but we know him from Thailand. Jim Kramer is our friend there in Colorado. He's our chief financial officer. He's very nice. Hit him up. He'll explain things to you, let you touch and feel the beacons, because those are very nice as well. Basically, that's all I have for you. And I'm very thankful that you've spent the time with us. You could be out on the driving range shanking and duck hooking, but you've spent the time with us, and we really appreciate that. And I recommend that you hit us up for a demo and see our tech in action. I think it may change your view of SaaS or brick and mortar companies requiring SaaS products to meet their goals. That's it.
So Kevin, thank you. We appreciate you spending a little time with us today. I just want to remind people that, you know, in this write-up that I have here, I've got a QSR code, which is actually Trickle's QSR code. So we have, I'm on the platform, and what I'm going to start doing is, you know, I think most of you who get my research know I send you an email, and it tells you when we've added something new to our site. And if your email's like my email, that, well, first of all, you have 4 of them, and the email ends up, way down the list. And so, not that what I have to say is that important, but most of the time you probably miss it because it ends up in the email. So if you click on this QR code, you can at least understand how the process works. And then you can also go in there and sign up for, if you do that, you'll automatically be signed up to our platform, and we'll send you your notifications over your phone, and it'll ping at you when we put something new out. So that'll give you a chance to look at it firsthand. Obviously, the company's raising some money. You can talk to Jim. Jim will be happy to speak to you about that. And if you need some help with that, you know, I can certainly put you in people's directions as well. So, Kevin, thanks a lot. I know it's not a great time of day there, so we appreciate you being with us.
No worries, I'm used to it.
Thanks.
And I will say, so we have these out here, but we've got a few boxes of them. We've got some in front, so we'll just leave them out and you can check them out at your leisure and go from there. And I'll be around after the conference as well.
How much money are you trying to raise?
Thank you.
$1.5 million.
$1.5 million additionally?